So it is 11:23 on the night of the 19th of September, and in less than 12 hours from now, the iPhone 15 Pro will be history, and a new shiny model will be the one everyone wants to get and everyone wants to talk about. So now is the best time to look over the last year with the iPhone 15 Pro, talk about what was good about it and what was not good about it, and that includes the famous Finewoven case. So there are two reasons I'm making this video now. First of all, it's the last day that this phone is going to be the latest phone from Apple. So now is really the last opportunity to make a video like this. And I really wanted to show people how it held up over the course of the year. Not only the phone, but this Finewoven case that everyone trashed initially. So let's go ahead and have a look. I got this Finewoven case on day one when everyone online was saying really bad things about it. They were scratching it with their nails and keys and knives and tearing this thing apart and saying how it was the worst thing from Apple ever. And I did not agree. And you know something? I was right, because look at this. I've used this like a normal person for a year. Now, just for clarification, I used this exclusively for probably the first 6 months or so. And then I got this Kevlar case from Banks, which I've used interchangeably for the second half of the year. But this has been in use for the whole time. And despite what all the detractors were saying in the beginning, it doesn't look bad at all. Like, the only thing I can say is the MagSafe ring. Now, Apple did say if you don't want MagSafe ring appearing over time, don't buy this case. But look what's actually happened. It's formed this kind of like barely visible ring around the Apple. I'm just trying to get the angle right so you can see it. I hope you can kind of see it, but you have to look for it. But it's nothing like cases which actually come with the ring drawn already. And this looks actually kind of cool because it has occurred as a result of you actually using the case, which is fine in my opinion. Now, there are no like gouges or scratches or tears or anything. I've used this like a normal person, as I'll keep repeating myself. The very few scratches that it has got over the past year have just kind of rubbed away over time, and they haven't stayed at all. Now, I haven't washed this case, so you can see a bit of dirt on the corners, but as far as durability, it's fine. Nothing's happened to it. And I have dropped this at least twice in the gym. Phones always seem to fall out of my shorts pocket while in the gym and hit the floor, and that would have struck a corner, but as you can see, the corners are good. In fact, let's look at the sides. Can you see any damage at the sides? Nope. I can't. It's perfectly fine. Not even like the raised bits of the edge here where people said would wear away and fall apart and tear up. People were so wrong about this case. I can't believe it. Let's have a look at the inside. Still fits great after a year. And on the inside, you can see the MagSafe ring printed out again. But it's on the inside, so you can't see it. And a little extra bit there, but no tear. The edges where the phone rests down and takes like a lot of rubbing is fine, nothing there. And this case, unlike the new cases, are nice and soft on the rim here. So this actually grips the phone and stops any dirt and dust getting into the case. And as you can see, it's perfectly clean. So this is like an amazing case. I am kind of annoyed that people made so much of a noise about it. Apple has discontinued it, and we'll probably never see something like this again because the combination of this black iPhone and this black Finewoven case was really, really, really perfect. They go together so well, and it forms this luxurious feeling phone. I mean, just look at this for example. Here's my MagSafe charger. Listen to this. Thud. It makes a thud like an expensive car door. Check this out. Do the same thing with this hard plastic case. Bang. 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 Now look at that. That's just a mark of quality. This case was in a league of its own. So anyway, let's take a look at the phone itself now. Let's start with the screen because, give it a little wipe. I've never had a screen protector on this phone ever. And there is not a single scratch at all. Not even like a fine scratch that you can see at certain angles. Absolutely nothing. And I thought iPhone screens were one of the softest screens out there, but that's not the case till now. I have been careful and not put it in my pocket with keys or anything like that. But day-to-day use, not a single scratch. Screen, absolutely fine. Let's check out the back. Not a single mark anywhere. What about the cameras? Surely there's some scratches there. Let me give it a little wipe. Nope, perfectly fine. So you're noticing a theme here, top of it. Perfect, corners, sides, buttons, bottom, other side. Pretty much brand new. This phone is like brand new. Now I mentioned the buttons because, as I said, for some time I've had it in this Armor Air case from Banks, and on cases like this you often have cutouts for the buttons, so these buttons would have been exposed, power button would have been exposed all this time, and still no marks, no nothing. So this is actually going to be quite a short video because there is nothing to show you, and hence there's nothing to talk about. There are only so many times I can say that there are hardly any signs of use on this phone at all. And I've used this phone normally. In fact, maybe more than normal. I mean, I've taken this on several trips now. This has been to several countries. It's been in the hot sun. It's been absorbing sweat from my hands. Turn off camera. It's been in the freezing cold. It's been on loads of restaurant tables with spilt food and beer. And for it to come out like this at the end of it is testament to just how good it is. I've had so much fun with this phone and not had to worry about anything. The last place I took this phone was Bavaria just last week, and it was raining the entire time. I mean, pouring. There was like a storm. And I would go through happily in the rain, taking my pictures, taking my photos, having a good time, and not worrying that this was going to break at all. And it's that kind of, like, there's a certain amount of freedom you get from knowing that nothing is going to damage the phone. And you can just have fun and not worry about it. Now, as I said, in about 12 hours from now, I'll have my iPhone 16 Pro, and I'll be unboxing it and trying out a couple cases as well. So if you're interested in that, like, subscribe, come back tomorrow, and you will see that video. But I just want to talk about upgrading very quickly. If I wasn't making videos for YouTube, there's no way I'd be upgrading from the 15 Pro to the 16 Pro. This is such a good phone. I know the 16 Pro is better. There's some new features, but nothing that anyone would absolutely need or need to spend that amount of money for. This phone is actually really good and really good value. And of course, you're not going to get this combination again. Like, I would be so happy to use this for another year. Black iPhone 15 and Finewoven case, and I'm sure at the end of next year it will be looking pretty much just as good. That's something that's going to be impossible to repeat with new phones because, as you know, Apple has discontinued this case. If you have this phone, if you have this combination, I would say take the money you were going to use to upgrade and go on some adventure somewhere. Take the same iPhone 15 and you get loads of nice memorable pictures and videos from it. So that's pretty much all I have to say for now. You know, when there's nothing wrong with something, then there really isn't much to say. So because I am upgrading, that is going to be the end of this iPhone 15 Pro for me, sadly. I'll see you guys in about 12 hours time.